Hey guys, how's it going? Mr. Subarashi here, and I just wanted to start off by saying I apologize for the week-long hiatus that I've been on uploading stuff. Life's just been kind of crazy as of lately, and it's just been a struggle to try to get time to edit and put all this together. With that being said, some unfortunate news was that if you were following the other summoning videos, I still had a decent amount of Chrono Crystals left after I got that Vegeta blue pull. And all my footage got corrupted, so I lost basically half of my summoning videos. But on the bright side, my summons did get a lot better in the second half. Good and bad, I guess. So you'll be able to see in the gameplay that I have going on in the background that I did get Vegeta Blue to 4 stars, and I pretty much maxed out everyone else other than LF Vegeta, who I ended up getting to 2 red stars, which I could not be happier about it. I'm totally glad that I saved until the anniversary, and honestly the banners couldn't have been better for me. I kind of just wanted to use this video as a discussion video just to kind of go over my thoughts on the new units and how this anniversary has been so far and with what's coming and just general ideas of everything. With the big elephant in the room, I'll start off by saying yes, I think VB is 100% too good for this meta right now. He's ridiculous. He gets extra key on strike cards, and he just keeps pulling strike cards. You make one mistake and you lose the unit, and the second you lose the unit, then now they already have a Rising Rush, so you're screwed pretty much. I'm definitely guilty as charged, and I still use him to this day. I'm not the best PvP player, so he definitely helps offset that a little bit. But me personally, I think when you start pairing him up with Kefla and just the fusion teams in general, it's just a pain because you literally make one mistake and you lose a match. And I'm sure that we've all been in this scenario where you're fighting someone and who maybe purple Super Vegeta or whatever unit they're running, and they have Merge Zamasu and VB on their backup, and you can't use any cards because you use a strike and Merge is coming in, and if you use a blast, Vegeto's coming in, and you're just kind of screwed. So that's always fun. Wink wink, I do that a lot, so sorry to my opponents. Yes, I'm a little bit biased, but God Key units are definitely my favorite, and Merge Zamasu was a big gap to the purple unit that I've kind of been waiting for. Purple God Key is good, and purple Vegeta is good, but I think Merge fills that role a little bit better, especially paired up with Vegito. But the GT units are really good as well. I didn't really go for them, honestly. I pretty much stuck on the future banner, but I was lucky enough to get Omega on like the 3 consecutive summon just because I needed it for the ticket because I had some of the free ones. And I've definitely played enough GT Gokus to know that he's really good as well, especially when you pair him up with the purple Super Saiyan 4 Goku and like Omega or Vegeta. Now I think most of us can agree that LF Vegito is probably the best unit that was released with this new batch. And I think that Merge Zamasu is a close second. He kind of does everything. He heals, he has the cover exchange, his blast damage is really good, and his ult does like that more damage if you have less opponents kind of deal, which is like kind of ridiculous, but great if you're using him. Then I think Omega is next in line. His status effects alone is ridiculous, and if you get all the Dragon Balls and then use his ult before your Rising Rush, literally it'll wipe out a whole unit, and then that splash damage just wrecks all your other units too, so that's always like a problem to deal with. And then I kind of think Trunks and Super Saiyan 4 Goku are kind of tied for that last spot. Neither of them by any means are bad, but they both do like different things. Goku's more offensive for sure, and then Trunks is obviously a defensive type, and he tanks really well. But the damage isn't always the best unless you like spam the green cards. But realistically, if you manage to pull any of the units, you're pretty set for a while. I don't think that we're going to see anything that's that crazy anytime soon, but honestly with Legends, you never know. They could pump out UI Goku in literally a month, and then I'm going to be mad that I went as ham as I did, but it was kind of worth it in the end, I think. When all the units dropped, I kind of was expecting a big diversity in PvP, but as most people have been finding, it's just kind of whatever team with Super Saiyan Blue Vegito over and over and over again, which is fine. It's just kind of annoying to fight him, but fun to play as him, so it's kind of that double-edged sword. You encounter GT a decent amount. I've seen regen a few times in LOE from the people that are trying to counter all the Vegetos. But I'd say primarily you see fusions, and then underneath that, tied for second would probably be God Key and Future. Zenkai Trunks is now available to grind, and his grind seems pretty similar to the Zenkai Goku one. His Z-Power was definitely easier to grind in the event, but his Zenkai power seems to be about the same, maybe a little bit better in terms of drops. But I think it's a nice kind of alternative to the unfortunate players that did get shafted and didn't get the LF Vegito, because I mean he's a blue future unit that if you max him out all the way and do Zenkai him to 7, he's still very formidable to deal with, which is I think a nice way for some of the unfortunate players that did get the shaft that kind of make up for that a little bit. And ultimately I think buffing any free-to-play units is always a step in the right direction, just because it does help that free-to-play community. I know that most companies probably look down on the free-to-plays as like, well, you're not paying us money so you're useless, but it's still your player base, and I think that's always good to be providing more content for them and just a good free-to-play unit for all of us, and it's just another event to do. So speaking of events, I will say the first portion of the anniversary was pretty dry. We had the units to summon, and then the reamped Trunks event, and then we had the challenge rushes, but like you could realistically get all that done in like a day or two, and then it was kind of like, hey, if you're done summoning, you're just kind of chilling now, playing PvP, but you know, if you're not a big PvP player, now you're kind of just stuck with that dry spell, which is a little unfortunate because I think Dokkan is, again, I hate to compare it, but it's really the only other Dragon Ball Z mobile game that you can compare it to, is that I feel like they're pretty good about their events and campaigns, you know, having a lot to do. Granted, now we do have the Zenkai Trunks event, like I mentioned, and I know the chance time thing's coming soon, and they did unlock a little bit more story for us, setting up for that Super Saiyan God Shallot transformation that we're going to unlock here soon, which I'm pretty excited for, personally. But yeah, I think maybe a little bit more content, maybe a little bit more access to being able to grind Chrono Crystals for some of the players that are still trying to summon would have just been a little bit nice to kind of dabble in there a little bit. I will say that I still am enjoying the anniversary. I think it's been pretty good. The sales were pretty decent too. I think that Legends does an okay job at the sales, like some of the other gacha games not so much, so I'm always thankful for that. I will say I'm guilty. I did buy the 3 Super Chrono Crystals just because I'm always weary of getting shafted on an LF that I wanted in the future, kind of like I'm assuming UI Goku will be. So if I get unfortunate enough to not pull him, then hopefully they add him into that eventually, and then I'm kind of just, at least I have that one free copy, always just on reserve, or if not, you know, maybe another Vegeta Blue dupe to get him up to 6 stars. Overall, I think other than maybe a little bit of the dryness that's been going on, I think it's been received pretty positively from the community. I think most people did enjoy what we've gotten so far and are hoping for more content moving forward. Me over here wearing my tinfoil hat, I still wouldn't be surprised if we see some sort of secondary banner for our, you know, official part 2 or part 3 or whatever part they're going to end up going to, because I know the anniversary banners are here for a while, but you know, that Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta or Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta, I feel like it could still be looming around the corner, so you never really know. I wouldn't put it past Legends because, you know, money and all. But relatively speaking, I think they've done a pretty good job so far. And hey, we did hit top grossing, which is always good to see that the game's doing pretty well for itself. And that just means that, you know, it'll be around longer for us to play in the future. One thing I did want to touch on too is I know that they've started the ban waves, and you know, hopefully a lot of illegitimately playing players do get banned if they've been modding or hacking or whatever that they've been doing. But I know that with every ban wave that there are innocent players that do get hit with this. So honestly, I hope that if that does happen to anyone, that you are able to reach out and hopefully, you know, you get your account back, because that would be literally so awful if you didn't do anything wrong, and that, you know, you have potentially 2 years worth of grinding just gone from a mistake. So, you know, I don't really wish that upon anyone, and if that's the case, you know, I guess just hopefully just reach out to the Legends team and maybe they can get your account back. I'm not really sure what goes into that, you know, knock on wood, that's never really happened to me yet, so hopefully all of your accounts are safe and sound. Again, with these crazy times, I hope everyone's been staying safe out there. And I think I'm just going to let the gameplay finish here, and I'm going to end the video here. So I hope you guys had a great day. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe. I'm going to be doing my best of uploading content more regularly from this point on. And, you know, this is Mr. Subarashi signing out. Later, guys.